Termites, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to episode 248. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it is 248.
We're getting old.
Everybody's getting old. Yeah. What are we drinking? Let's start with that. Well, we're going to drink some Champagne Velvet Premium Pilsner from Upland Brewing Company in Bloomington, Indiana, which was sent for a Chicago termite, Andrea, who can't wait to see me at the Chicago Theater. That would be so exciting. That's one of my bigger shows of the year.
Fun.
Chicago Theater. Yeah, it's fancy. And this beer, I fell for the can. I love it. I mean, I would buy this based on the can. Cool. The beer with $1 million flavor. And yes, it does have $1 million flavor.
Nice. That's great.
What are we eating? Well, Chick-Fil-A has their own waffle chips, waffle potato chips.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Chick-Fil-A is overrated. I know.
No.
People are mad at them because of their policies and all that stuff. I don't. One of the funniest jokes ever is George Wallace. Oh, these are really good.
Yeah, okay.
I should shut my mouth. Wow. George Wallace said Chick-Fil-A is closed on Sundays. He goes, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on Saturday and buy all that food, and then I'm going to sit in the drive-thru and say, we open, and resell it. You could probably charge double. However people would do it. Yeah.
Who sent those to you?
Who sent me these? Atlanta Termite Gym.
Nice.
Wow. Are these sold in the grocery store? Or do you have to go to Chick-fil-A?
Probably the grocery store. Chick-fil-A's got enough going on.
Yeah, no shit. The one by my house. I mean, I don't really go. I don't really care about their food, but
I love their chicken sandwich.
their chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's great.
I'd rather go somewhere else, but these are really good. Good. I do like their diet lemonade.
That's really good.
And don't hate me because of their policies. I know they're very, very Christian-y to the point where it really makes some people mad about. I don't even read all of it though. I'm like, you know what? You can't ruin. Like, don't tell me Steak and Shake's doing bad things. Don't tell me Arby's is doing bad things. I don't even want to know. And I know I should know. I should be a better citizen, but I'm not. So there you go.
Okay.
Crunchmaster Ranch Rice Crackers. Wyoming termites. Whoa. Jen and Mike.
That's the one that you eat those, the regular ones.
Oh, I like Crunchmaster. Yeah, I never realized that's what they were called. These yeah, I always have these in the house. Ranch.
Nice.
They're very good.
Ranchy?
Very ranchy. Extra ranchy, I'd say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd give that an A. Nice. Maybe it's because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Starving right now.
Are you taking me for lunch after this?
Yes, we'll go somewhere for lunch. Maybe Sam's.
Nice. I like Sam's.
I love my lake bar in the fall because it's not like the summer where it's overcrowded.
There's nobody there.
No.
Great.
Yeah, and it's cozy inside. They have a fireplace and everything else. If it's cold out. It's not cold out, though. It's nice here.
And what's on the fireplace?
What's on the fireplace is a stuffed coyote from a long time ago.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and Christmas time they put a Santa hat on him and all that stuff. I don't know when somebody shot it or stuffed it. Don't ask me. It's not my thing.
They took its Titans jersey off.
Yeah, they took it. Even the coyote won't wear the Titans jersey. That's how bad they are. This is Cabot Creamy, seriously sharp cheddar popcorn from Vermont. Germites. Greg and Sean. Vermont. Look at Vermont turning out weird stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
A+++.
Whoa.
Cabot Creamery.
Cool.
Oh my God.
They make good cheese.
Wow. I wonder how fattening it is.
Don't look at that.
No reason to look.
Just eat a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
You just need a few.
Yeah.
I always like to see how much these bags cost anymore.
$8.79. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's stupid though.
Upcoming shows. Are we ready, termites?
Yeah.
November 7 and 8. That's this weekend. Denver. Yes.
You release some tickets.
I did release some tickets. I will be in attendance at the Bronco game. If the flights go on time and I get there, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that, getting hairy out there.
Yeah.
November 14th, Ithaca, then Peekskill, then Des Moines, November 21st, then the 22nd, Kansas City, then 5 and 6, Ponte Vedra. Verdra. I don't know how they say it.
Yeah,
They correct me no matter how I say it.
Yes.
I'm just going to start calling it the point. There you go. I'm going to the Point, the Ponte. I'm going to the Ponte.
Are you going to golf down there?
I might golf. Yeah. At the TPC thing. It depends on how. I don't know. I have to go to Los Angeles, which I do not love, as everyone is highly aware. But I've been bullied.
By who?
My publicist. Katie.
She's powerful.
Katie's so funny because she tolerates me on a level that she shouldn't. And she'll go, I mean, I know this isn't your favorite thing to do, but if you could, it's always just and then she knows she gets to my Midwest Catholic guilt where I'm like, she's asking very nicely, Kathleen, just fucking say yes. You can be on Tom Papa's podcast, and then this, and then Access Daily, and I'm like, I don't. Tom's my friend. I could just call him. Why do I have to do his podcast? Anyway, it depends. I hope to golf. Yes. New to the online store on the website. Little business cleanup, limited edition, long sleeve black. I do not recall, and I need an attorney T-shirts.
Yeah.
Which, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm watching the John Wayne Gacy thing. He should have.
Is it good?
He should. It's so good.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. We're going to talk about it.
Cool.
Let's go the weekend review though. Okay. So I tried to fly to New York on Thursday from Nashville. There's 1,000 flights a day.
Yeah.
All of them were delayed, but it was an ongoing, I call it the carrot, where they just keep going, well, it's just going to be another hour. And then eventually you all end up canceled, which happened to a shit ton of flights. Which also, because I was going to do the Kelly Clarkson show on Friday. I was the second taping, which you don't have to be there till like 2:30. So, but a bunch of people weren't making it because my friend Bob is the booker of the Kelly. Research assistant Bob also has another job, which is not as important as research assistant, but it's a fancy job. And I've known Bob since we were like 25 years old. He said other people weren't making it either. So at least I felt good about that. I went to the airport twice and home twice.
What?
And never flew anywhere on Thursday.
Oh my God.
I gave up.
Wow.
Finally, they pushed it to say your flight will leave at 11:45 at night. It was supposed to leave at 2. And then I tried to get on other flights, and I'm fancy on Delta, and they take care of me. I was even texting my friends that are on the inside in Delta, and it's just too chaotic. Nobody can do anything. Nobody can. And I think I know what I'm doing. I always feel sorry for when I see somebody like my parents' age. They're going to go walk over to that red phone on the wall and call 1974, and nobody's going to answer that fucking red phone. They don't know how to use an app. They don't know how to. I barely can get by on all that. But you're hitting, where's my plane? Well, your plane's in Buffalo. Well, right. Fuck. It's not going to be here in 10 minutes. Quit lying. Update your app. Come on, Delta. No, they said it was going to leave at 11:45, and I would arrive at LaGuardia at 2:45 in the morning.
Fun.
No. I said, you know what? And then there was a seat on the 6 a.m. I'm like, I'm just going to go home and go to bed. It really confused the cats. They were like, wait, lady, we know when you're leaving. We know when you're coming and going. And today you've psyched us out twice. And I'm like, I know. And I'm back. And then I put on my pajamas, and then baby cat's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm here for another night. It was a horrible, this is what I told my siblings, because they got places to go and things to do. If you're going to go somewhere, especially with the holidays coming up and you're flying, I would try to get the first flight out, because those seem to always go. So that would be my first advice. My second piece of advice was go get Clear and TSA pre-checked if you do not have it. You do not want to be, I don't even know, Clear's like $5. Like they're not expensive. And you can do it at the airport. If
Clear
you're
is not $5.
It's not?
No, it's like 100 and some. I'll look it up. We'll put it in the show notes.
We'll put it in the show notes. But it's worth it, though. When you see the 3-hour long line and then you see the Clear, I mean, I know we're getting gangstered. I know they're putting a gun in my head. I get it. But sometimes you just got to suck it up and do it. Well, for a while there, it was free. Maybe it was because of Delta. And that I'm a bazillion miler.
$209 a year.
I'm a bazillion miler.
$209.
$209 a year.
Yeah.
Worth it.
But you can get
How much is TSA pre-check?
You can get it free with American Express.
Free with Amex? Okay, I knew it was free somehow. What about Amex? I mean, what about TSA pre-check? How much does that cost? $5? $5?
The membership's valid for 5 years.
5-year membership?
It's $78.
$78. Worth it. Just saying.
It takes
Especially
a couple weeks to get.
Couple weeks to get. Well, that won't work for Thanksgiving. In this environment, what's going on right now. And until the government reopens, it's just going to get worse. And it's random. It could be Houston, George Bush Airport was not housed. I wasn't there, but I saw all the videos and I knew a friend that was there. Reagan, Washington, the big market, like my sister's flying to a smaller market from a smaller market. I don't think that will be as affected. Okay. It's the big ones. Although I haven't heard Atlanta going down yet, and I haven't heard knock on some wood because I'm going there this week. Yeah. And O'Hare seems to be holding strong. So which is completely crazy because
O'Hare sucks anyway.
O'Hare just needs a facelift. Yeah. I think I've said it on the podcast before. I feel like when I go to O'Hare, I imagine that was what Poland was like in 1972. Now, I've never been to Poland. When it was an Eastern Bloc nation, they're like, you get hot dog, soda, move on. Like you just get, which is fine. I love a hot dog and a soda, but they need a upgrade.
I don't blame the air traffic controllers, though.
I don't blame the air traffic controllers for not going to work. I'm not going if I'm not getting paid either. No. And they were already short-staffed, and they're already stressed out. You know, and then the TSA people, why would you go to work if you're not getting paid? Right. Yeah. I mean, at some point, I think we're on week 4, maybe 5.
Yesterday was the longest.
Yesterday's the longest it's ever gone. Yep. And I don't see anybody caving, so get comfortable with it. So then I finally made it. I don't know what time it was. And then I went straight to the hotel.
What time did you get up Friday?
I got up at 4. Oh. No, 3:45. Because I like to spend at least another 15 minutes with the cats.
Of course, because you got to freak them out.
Yeah. Well, they were already so confused. They weren't even interested in me at that point. They're like, lady, just go to bed. Like, right? Aren't we going to bed? The Kelly Clarkson show was so much fun. The New York situation, it used to tape in LA. I like the New York situation better. It's smaller, but I'm going to put up pictures of the green rooms. It's so fun. The place is fun. And the other guest was Sarah Snook. She's Shiv from Succession.
Oh, cool.
Which I loved, but she's Australian, so it's so weird to hear her talk because in the show she's American and she does a perfect American accent the entire time. She never fucks up. I don't know how people can do that. Like I can do it as an impression, but I couldn't. Well, I could keep some accents going all day long. I think, which is my dad used to. I used to talk in accents as a kid. He'd go, that's why they put Jonathan Withers in an insane asylum, Kathleen. He couldn't stop going into characters. And I'm like, are you telling me? But then I would say it in an accent. Mm-hmm. I'm like, are you telling me to stop, Jack? Is this annoying you? Did I get your goat? I think I did. Anyway, somebody said, do you want to get your picture with her? I'm like, no, I'm too scared. So I didn't take a picture with Sarah.
Oh, man.
Well, yeah, I don't know these people. I mean, I like it when I generically and organically meet you. Yeah. But I don't want to be, she doesn't know who I am. And I'm like, I don't want to be the comedian. Go, hi, I'm the comedian. Can I get my picture?
She's a fan of your comedy.
Well, yeah, but you don't know if people are just saying that because they're there and they're nice. You just don't. You don't know. So, Kelly, the great thing, this will air this Thursday, November 6th. She's obsessed with fantasy football. Yep. We got so excited talking about fantasy football and talked about it so long. And I did say at some point, Kelly, you realize half the audience has no idea what we're talking about. Like, we've alienated 50% of the audience. And she laughed. She goes, I don't care. I want to know why you think I should get rid of Saquon Barkley. I said, I didn't say get rid of him. I just said when he wasn't producing week after week, I can't believe you kept him because I fire people at the drop of a hat. I'm a psycho manager. Psycho manager, which is why I'm not winning. Children are beating me because I'm crazy, but at least I know it. Like Jerry Jones doesn't know it. And she goes, well, I'm a Cowboy fan. It's America's team. I go, who voted on by whom? Who voted? I'd say Packers or Steelers.
Yeah.
Maybe Packers because the people own them. That's more of,
I don't know.
Steelers are known more globally.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, I actually could see it on my peripheral vision. The monitor said, move on from football. Clearly, we went on way too long. And then we talk about Stevie next. I don't know how they'll edit it all. Who knows? But if you guys want to watch, that's when it'll be on. She did give me this present. So you get a little swag bag with the Kelly Clarkson mug and the Kelly Clarkson like Yeti type thing. And then she gave me an album and a card and said, I hope you dig it because she knows I like Stevie. It's original. And you know what? My Rumors album has some scratches. I didn't take care of shit as a kid.
That's
so
awesome.
it's great. It's a
Very
good,
cool.
yeah, it's a great replacement.
She likes Stevie?
She loves Stevie. She's obsessed with her.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You guys are little
Yeah.
spirits.
Yeah, and I said, well, you need to quit this job and get out on the road before Stevie kicks keels over because she's out there right now, and you're missing it. Sitting here working like a dog, doing 2 shows a day. Fuck that noise. Get up and go.
Are you going somewhere else this year?
No, I don't see Stevie more than once a year.
Oh, okay.
Well, then it ruins it. I can't be one of these people that goes every night. It's weird. Unless you're a deadhead like Brian, because they apparently play different songs. I don't know how you can tell one song from the other anyway. And then
I saw the new opening Stevie did.
the new opening, yeah, that song "Not Fade Away" is fine.
It's fine.
I prefer "Outside the Rain," but that's old school.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good to know.
Yeah, that's very old school. And so that's what went on. And this week, heading out to Denver.
What else did you do in New York?
I went to the very famous King Cole Bar.
Fun.
Let me tell you what. If you're going to sit there, just be prepared.
Okay.
Because,
The bar?
yeah, go in the day if you can. Well, right when it's turning dark, before.
Where is it?
It's at the St. Regis Hotel, which I like to go there because there's only so many Gilded Age buildings left in New York, and I watch the Gilded Age. And if you watch it, you want to go in them. And John Jacob Astor, the man who built it, for his son, who said, I don't really want it. How rich can you be that you say no to that?
I don't want that city block.
I don't want that whole block. That block irritates me. I want to be like 3 blocks down, Dad. And I thought we talked about this, and I guess we didn't. He died on the Titanic. And if you go down to the women's restroom, there's all these Titanic things. I think they should move them up into the mainstream. I don't understand why they're down like in the, not basement, but a level down.
They should put it up.
And yeah, it's so awesome. But if you don't go to the bathroom, you never have seen it all. But a Cosmo, 2 Cosmos was $76. So you can't stay for long. I let myself treat that with Bob, but yeah, it's not something to make a habit out of. Okay. But you should go once and Google the history, the King Cole Bar, and just be prepared. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of a baby Cosmo. Oh. Yeah, I don't.
Those little shop ones?
Yeah, it was like the Mormon one in Salt Lake. Like, what the fuck is that? Mormon Cosmos. Mormon Cosmos. That should be a band, Mormon Cosmos. Yeah, where you're like, that's like half.
That's funny.
That's a shot of a drink. That's not, but
Fancy.
Yeah, and you might see famous people in there. I did not see anyone famous. I did not see anyone famous aside from Kelly Clarkson
And Sarah.
And then the other guest was he went on to the earlier show. I don't watch Love Island, so I don't. I was going to try. I tried. I put it on my list of shit to do so that I could at least know what the man does. But turns out he ended up on the early show anyway, and I never had the time or interest. Let's just be clear. Okay. I'm not a big reality person. Although I am enjoying the show The Road, the country song, which is exactly like Last Comic Standing.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the people involved because when I think of Last Comic, my flashbacks it's like horrible. But they're
on Paramount Plus.
It's on Paramount Plus. Yeah, it's Keith Urban and Blake Shelton, and somebody's gonna get to be their opening act and win $250,000, and there's already a couple standouts. But anyway, so we're gonna move into this, talk about what we're watching too. Anyway, as long as I'm on that subject, I've only seen one episode of The Road. It's called that's the country music one. I liked it. It's a reality show, but these people are very talented. I mean, one guy wrote a song for Luke Bryan, I think. Like they already have credits. It's like Last Comic. You have to be a real comedian. They had to be real country people. But here's something to go watch, especially for the children. Okay. I don't know if you say it Aileen or Eileen. They say it differently throughout. Eileen. I think it's Aileen. Okay. Aileen. Warnos. Dubbed, one of America's only female serial killers. I'm sure there were way more.
That we know of.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. How many people were poisoning husband after in the 1800s?
Right.
Probably a lot. It's like people my age, we know the story. She was a prostitute. And then there was the movie Monster with Charlize Theron and Theron. I don't know. It's a whole name's hard to say. The blonde lady. And then Christine Ricci played her girlfriend. I'm not sure she was. Here's what I know for sure. If you watch it,
She deserved an Oscar.
oh, Monster. She did win I think she did win the Oscar for that. She should have. It didn't even look like her anymore. I mean, I know they use prosthetics and stuff, but still. But the prosecutor, for the first guy she murdered, that man should be in prison right now because he hid the fact, and he fucking knew it, that the man she killed had all these sexual assault charges, admitted that he was crazy, and was in an insane asylum for 10 years and got out. So everything she was saying probably, but he had that information and hid it. And they asked him, wait till you see the show. You're like, just because you quit being a prosecutor, I think in this lifetime, we should be able to go back and arrest him and go, you're going to prison.
Right.
That is bullshit. I mean, do I think she should have gone to prison? Yeah, eventually, because there were 7 guys.
Yeah.
But this first one, isolated, her first trial was, and then she got sentenced to death from the first one. Yeah. And then she kind of gave up. I mean, I'm not saying that obviously she's got problems and she shouldn't have killed people. But what went on in that first trial? But it just I think that was in the 80s. Yeah. They're like, they don't care. You're a hooker. Yeah. Nobody gives a shit. No. Totally hid files of information. Mm-hmm. And then when confronted with it, he just keeps repeating in a slow, calm voice, which is so annoying. It just makes me even madder when they don't rise to your level of emotion. Mm-hmm. Whoever the reporter was great. I don't remember that woman's name, but like to say, hey, there's proof that you hid all this. I believe that Eileen Wuornos was a serial killer and belonged in prison and deserved the death penalty. He just keeps repeating himself. Oh, it's so annoying. Yep. Anyway, keep watching the Murdaugh thing on Hulu. It's so great. By the way, there's like 3 things on Hulu that say Murdaugh crap. One's like a podcast. One's this. Just go to the one with Patricia Arquette because the other 2 aren't what I'm talking about. Right. I'm talking about the one. It's in the Schnotes. Yep. And then I started the John Wayne Gacy thing, which is on Paramount Plus.
Is it good?
It's so good. And I don't know who these actors are. Whoever, I got to Google. Google who was playing John Wayne Gacy in...
Devil in Disguise.
Devil in Disguise, it's called.
Hang on here.
And again, for the children, he was a serial killer.
I think it's Sherness.
Michael Sherness.
Chernus.
He has the Chicago accent down so perfectly. I can't stop watching. And even if you don't know what the Chicago accent is per se, if you're not from around there.
He's known for Orange is the New Black.
Orange is the New Black. He was in that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he looks exactly like him. He sounds exactly like him. He's from Ohio. Well, that's probably simple enough. But all of them have great Chicago accents. It's just wonderfully done. A+. And I've only seen an episode and a half. I fell asleep. Maybe 2. I don't know how many are out there right now, but go watch. It's great, especially if you're one of the children and you don't really know the story, because he's a clown freak, and that'll tell you something right out of the gate. He loved painting clowns, being a clown, but he was very social, unlike a Jeffrey Dahmer or something. He got his picture taken with Rosalind Carter. There's a picture of him and Hillary somewhere. I've seen it. Like, he was very active in his community and charity things. This guy was out and about. He wasn't hiding at home in some dark apartment. I mean, it's just crazy. Anywho, Queen news. We're moving on. So, Queen Dolly, if you are coming to Nashville, and you would like to stay at the hotel in 2026, they are now accepting reservations.
Cool.
Even though it's not open yet. You get, it's called the Songteller Hotel, located 200 block of Commerce Street. It's right downtown on Lower Broadway. It's exactly where you want to be. I promise you can walk everywhere you want to go. You do not need a car. Get in the airport and just go downtown. You'll be great. Awesome. It's going to open in 2026. They had said the spring. She describes it as her love letter to Nashville, adding it's a place where musicians and guests can come together, blah, blah, blah. There's 245 guest rooms, themed suites. The hotel will also house Dolly's Life of Many Colors Museum and 2 live music venues, Parton's Live and Jolene's Live. Pre-sale tickets are also available for Dolly's Life of Many Colors Museum, which will be located on the 3rd floor, providing guests insight into her decades-long career, blah, 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 and philanthropy. So,
awesome.
yeah, it's cool. I might make a reservation.
When does it open?
It's supposed to be spring of 2026, but this doesn't really exactly say when. Maybe I'll just go staycation and go downtown for a night.
Nice, that's fun.
Yeah. Just go drinking at all the bars and then see what that hotel's all about. More Queen news. Oh, Chappell's broken.
She's not. She's back.
She's back?
Yeah,
You forgot.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
fired.
It's been a lot.
Fired. Chappell Roan is going to be the one who inducts Cyndi Lauper into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How perfect of a match is that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're both super weird. She said she inspired me with her hair and fashion, of course, her makeup, her music. She auditioned with True Colors on America's Got Talent when I was 13. I didn't make it, but this song is still incredible. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me. Yep.
That's awesome.
Here's some more inductees of the 2025 class. White Stripes? Yeah. Outcast? Fine. Soundgarden? Wasn't my thing, but I get it.
Monsters, yeah.
I know. Warren Zevon? I don't really know. Brian would know. Joe Cocker? Yeah. Standard. Chubby Checker? Yeah. Bad Company? Yeah. Salt and Pepper? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So those are some other people. It's always a great show, and if you tape it, you can just zoom right through. Queen news. Stevie and Lindsey are talking again.
Stop it.
I don't know why she's doing it. Do not talk to him.
No.
No.
Oh.
She is. They did a podcast together to talk about Frozen.
Are you kidding?
No, and Stevie slipped and said, like I said to him last night. So that means they had a phone call before the podcast, meaning
That's insane.
he wants back. Why do that? People always say, forgiveness, this and this. This is not the Irish way. No. I can forget about you, but it doesn't mean I forgave you. And why do I need to forgive you?
Right.
People always goes, oh, it helps you. Sometimes vengeance is fun. Try it every now and then. Anyway, they did a podcast, Song Exploder.
That's ridiculous.
It appears to have been recorded separately, but she let the cat out of the bag that they are talking again. Lindsey and I started talking about it last night. This whole thing really seems like yesterday to us. And they talk about the earlier, though, after a brief encounter at a memorial service for their bandmate in 2023, she told Rolling Stone, the only time I've spoken to Lindsey was there, meaning at Christine's memorial, for about 3 minutes. I dealt with Lindsey as long as I could. You cannot say I did not give him more than 3 million chances. I mean, they're both probably, got set in their ways, especially they're 77 years old.
Yeah.
Who's budging here?
Nobody.
No.
No.
My grandpa didn't talk to his youngest brother for like 50 years. And I go, yeah, I know.
What?
Yeah, his younger brother, Mart. And I go, what's going on with you and Mart? Because he was like 10 years younger than him. And then they got down to there was only like 3 left. He goes, Mother's Day, 1952. I go, what the fuck happened on Mother's Day, 19... He goes, well, we were all drinking, and I told him he needed to move his car because I had to get Mom's car out of there. And he said he wouldn't do it, and I punched him. And he got up and said, don't ever darken my doorstep again. So I didn't. I'm like, why? First of all, why were you talking like vampires? I don't understand. Don't ever darken my doorstep again. Yeah. I mean, eventually they spoke again. But, I can be bullheaded when it comes to shit like that. And I don't know. Maybe Stevie said record it separately, but clearly she talked to him.
Yeah.
Yep. She is not a queen, but she is to the children. So I've included this because it's a good thing. Billie Eilish, I call her one of the sad children because the songs are so sad. I've never heard a happy one. And I know people like sad songs. I like sad songs, but every once in a while, it's all just too. I like her. Yeah. I like that she dresses exactly how she wants to, and she doesn't care about people focusing in on, whatever, because she's pretty, but she could be, she doesn't do the sexy, I'm a stripper singer person.
She wears giant clothes.
She wears giant clothes.
I blame her for the pants. I can't
The pants, that's unfortunate because every pair of jeans I order from wherever, Amazon, Nordstrom, wherever, they're like 18 sizes wide. It's the thing. That's what the kids are doing. But you have to be tall and skinny for that. That's not for shorties.
Right.
Well, she's short. I think. It works for her, but she's 20-something. Anyway, when it comes to philanthropy, Billie Eilish has put her money where her mouth is at the moment. She recently accepted the Music Innovator Award at the Wall Street Journal Magazine Innovator Awards held in New York City last night. Talk show host Stephen Colbert thanked her right before there was breaking news. She donated $11.5 million.
That's awesome.
From it goes to organizations, projects, and voices dedicated to food equality, climate justice, and reducing carbon pollution and combating climate crisis.
That's great.
She took to the stage. There were billionaires in the room, including Mark Zuckerberg.
Nice.
She said, "We're in a time right now where the world is really, really bad and dark, and people need empathy and help more than ever. If you have money, it would be great to use it for good things. Maybe give it to some people that need it. Love you all, but there's a few people that have a lot more money than me. If you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? No hate. Yeah, give away your money, shorties."
Wow. There you go. Got a girl.
I just love that there's a 20-something up there lecturing all these old people with all this money. And she's right. I mean, what is $1 billion versus $100 million versus, there's a point.
Right.
Update. Oh my gosh. So in reaction to Bad Bunny, the NFL has put this little shindig together.
Oh, God.
Okay, because everybody's mad because Bad Bunny and like that black comic on Instagram, it made me laugh so hard when he's like, white people thought, okay, we've done Kendrick Lamar. You can't get any blacker than that. Like the next person's got to be white, right? Oh, they tricked it. They went with brown. They got a brown guy. Well, they have added another show.
What?
Yeah, Sting. You couldn't. I love Sting. What do you mean?
Oh,
He's wonderful.
so boring.
Well, he's kind of into himself and stuff, but he's still handsome and he sings great songs. I'm an Englishman in New York. I love that song.
Okay.
I love it.
There's one.
Oh, I can name the Police songs, all of them, To Every Breath You Take. His one with P. Diddy was great on that. I know I shouldn't be plugging P. Diddy, but,
Trumpy's gonna partner them.
There's another one that's my all-time favorite. No, I can't. Trumpy's going to pardon P. Diddy. I believe so. Well, he'll let him out in a couple years. He'll let Ghislaine, or I can't say her name, Maxwell. Ghislaine. Okay. Anyway, the former police singer and solo... Every Breath You Take. I already said that one.
I know.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. Damn it. I wish my phone was on. I would Google the songs.
I'll Google them.
Okay. It's a Sting song, though. It's not the Police. Oh, Fields of Glory.
Fields of gold.
Gold. Glory. Gold.
Yeah,
It's the same.
Maybe it's a glorious field.
It's a glorious gold field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything she does is magic. You don't like that one?
I love everything she does is magic. I love all of his songs. Roxanne.
Yeah, right. Shaggy sang that too.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
They have booked, he will perform as part of an intimate event dubbed Super Bowl Studio 60, described as a weekend of unforgettable music entertainment at the Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco 2 days before Bad Bunny takes the stage at the big game. So this is like the response. We're going to go get the whitest guy ever, who I happen to love. But
He's also
how much is this going to flip and cost? This is going to be for the super duper rich white people or somebody with a hookup through like my work. I can always maybe get a hookup. I mean, I'm not going to this. I'm not going to Super Bowl weekend. I found those weekends are crazy unless you're in a walking town. I would not do any. Where is it this year?
it's in San Francisco.
Oh, but it's way out. The
It's
stadium's
San Jose,
basically
not
San Jose.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I like it when it's like in New Orleans or when Tennessee will get one. In Nashville, you can walk everywhere. You can walk to the New Orleans. You can walk. We walk to my brother and sister. Me walk to blah blah blah. Anyway, I just think it's funny. You can't find anybody whiter than Sting.
No.
So that's the response,
Right.
and that's me loving Sting. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. And I've been listening to Bad Bunny, and a Puerto Rican termite sent me all these great things he's done for Puerto Rico.
He's wonderful.
I'm into it now, and I can't kind of wait
Right.
to see. I just got to let that side of me out where I just can go with it. And I don't speak any Spanish.
Please do a video of you dancing
I'm going to dance. I'm the worst dancer. The only person who dances worse than me is Stevie Nicks. And she thought of something to compensate. She just swirls around and we all cheer it on. I danced so bad that at my youngest brother's wedding, people came up to me and said, oh, that Elaine thing you did from Seinfeld was hilarious. And I'd never seen that episode. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And they're like, oh, when Elaine dances, I go, yeah, I wasn't doing that. Nope, I'm not trying to be funny at a wedding. Update. Oh, my God. Prince Andrew. I love it. I love it.
Right.
He's been stripped of everything. We've talked about that. His new home, he's being booted 200 miles away. So it said initially, I read it was on the Windsor property, but Windsor Castle is only 20 minutes away. That's why as a tourist, you can just jump on one of those buses and head on up. He's over 100 miles away. And it's haunted. Nobody lives in it. They use it for holidays. That's their holiday event space.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was the Queen's favorite retreat. Yeah. He's going to move out of the 30-room Royal Lodge. It's 100 miles north of London.
Oh,
you couldn't send him. And with traffic, fuck. I can't even imagine how long that would take.
No.
You'd have to go in the middle of the night. Sandringham. That's the way they would say it. Was purchased in 1862 by Queen Victoria for her eldest son and heir Albert, later Edward VII, who had just turned 21. It had been the private home of 5 generations of British monarchs. It is where royal family tradition gathers to celebrate Christmas each year. But he's not allowed at Christmas anymore, so won't that be uncomfortable?
Bye-bye.
What do you tell him? Dude, you have to stay in your room. You're not allowed to come to Christmas. We all said that. Today is Christmas. You stay in your room.
You can't be in any pictures.
Somebody said some guy in the Emirates is going to give him a condo, some rich guy that's palsy-walsy. He's probably part of all that shit. He'll end up with some. It's just like all these people. They're Anglophiles. They want to say Prince Andrew's staying at my place while I'm gone forever, whatever.
True. Yeah.
The massive estate is spread across an estimated 2,000 acres, 600 acres of royal parkland, and some 150 properties. It was completed in 1870 with a ballroom. This is by himself, though. Sarah's not going. Sarah says Sarah's the quote fake Duchess of York who got thrown into the backyard years ago. She's a futchess. She's a fake Duchess. So is Meghan. She says she's going to go live on her own independently. I don't know where the money comes from. I don't know. Whatever. But she ain't going with him.
She's been hoarding cash.
So Andy is head. Yeah, maybe she like my mom would. I'd find envelopes all over the house with my mom. I go, what is this cash about? You just never know. I go, are you leaving, Dad? Like, is this your secret runaway money? No, it's secret money for other things. I'm like, okay, that's why we didn't have such good groceries last week. Mom's skimming $30 a week. Here's what it has. Now, remember, you're in here alone, and it's haunted.
Right.
There's a million stories about completely being haunted. It was completed in 1870. A ballroom was added 13 years later. Guest and staff accommodation came in the 1890s. It underwent a major overhaul in 1975, with more than 100 rooms in the service wing were demolished to remove dry rot, save on heating cost, and move the kitchens closer to the dining room. There's a church nearby. Maybe you want to visit that.
Yeah.
Andrew. So that's the latest. He's moving on.
Wow.
He's been kicked to the country.
I love it.
Which, I like it. Like, I like the idea of a mist, and I could go horseback riding with my beagles.
For a weekend.
Yeah. And then you're in this castle by yourself. It's just weird.
You're a predatory sociopath.
Yeah, well, he is a predator.
It's hard to be alone.
Right. But who are you going to trick to come up there? In the bad winter months? Talk about dank and depressing. Holy shit.
Nobody likes you.
Rain, freezing.
Yep. He'll start calling Meghan Harry.
Yeah, maybe he will call Harry. Maybe they could form a bond. But Harry can't get involved in that. He'll look terrible.
He's a shithead.
He is a shithead. I don't think he cares, whatever. Update. Let's talk about Mark Zuckerberg and his AI glasses that none of us want. When you're a super nerd like him, I don't think you realize that if you're not a super nerd, like we're social people and we go out and we do things, reality is enough. I don't need an alternate reality.
Right.
The one that I don't even know is real. That is just a mindfuck. I don't want anything to do with it. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not the only one. His reality labs post a $4.4 billion loss in the third quarter.
Oh my God.
How many times do you have to walk in and go, listen, Marky Sparky, nobody wants your dumb glasses. Why can't you accept that?
Nobody wants your
Swing and a miss.
Right.
I don't want fucking information coming into my temples through a pair of eyeglasses. No. It's in the metaverse.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Expect to post an operating loss of $5.1 billion. So I guess it's better. It's only $4.4 billion.
That's crazy.
Clearly, there's a lift coming from Ray-Ban Meta wearable glasses as a product category. No. Does any termite have them? I won't. I'm not making fun of you if you do.
I think they're at the Apple store, aren't they?
At the Apple store?
Did you see them? You told me you had.
I did see something along those lines,
Yeah.
but I didn't know if those were his. I don't know. Nobody was in that area. That'll tell you something right there. Nobody. Update! Speaking of the super nerds, how is this even possible? Elon Musk's company breaks ground on Nashville tunnel without city approval.
Oh my God.
Now, I know this is specific.
I saw them in the local.
Specific, and I don't want to get, too inside baseball and stuff where people don't live, but we are talking about a tunnel that will go 10 miles. It's probably 8 miles from the airport to downtown.
Yeah.
What we really need is a light rail above everything.
Right.
That's what we need. Just like in Disneyland, just like in the Detroit airport, a monorail, where a train where lots of people, I don't want to be in some fucked up tunnel.
It's 10 miles.
It's 10 miles. Yeah. Okay. That it only goes one way, like Six Flags. Like your thing, no. If there's a fire, if there's an act, no.
It's going to cost $240 million.
$240 million. But the mayor here,
A little passive.
Freddie O'Connell, he's too passive and he's too new age.
Yeah.
He's all about the buses. And where I live, there's never a person on the bus. Now, I'm saying the buses absolutely have routes that matter. There's so many that don't, though. Right. And there's a train sitting 5 miles, not even 3 miles from my house that goes down for work people, but doesn't go on weekends. No. I would totally ride it down there. And then, anyway, I don't know how you can do this without the city's approval. He's just doing it.
Right.
They began work on the underground tunnel that would connect the airport to downtown, skirting city approval. Skirting. Cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, and Baltimore and D.C. never moved forward on proposed tunnels, mostly because those cities push for environmental reviews. So he didn't want any of that. But whose neighborhoods are you going under? Right. There's not a clear path unless you went under the highway. Right. That's already cleared, but he's not. And God forbid, then we got sinkhole after sinkhole. It's privately funded, the project. It's designed to carefully trace an arc of state roads circumventing local authorities. But state lawmakers representing Nashville say the development will only serve tourists and locals stand to lose if the project fails, but won't see any of the benefits if it succeeds. Okay. You're just going to let them run. Can I just start digging a hole somewhere I want to dig a hole for? No, I mean,
right there in your
and nobody's going to, I don't know. Maybe the children, they're more trusting. Maybe they'll want to get in it.
It's going to be crazy.
Update.
I'm not getting in it.
I'm not getting in it.
No.
Update. Sad news. The expedition to locate Amelia Earhart's plane is on hold until next year because of bad weather. I'd like them to find that in my lifetime. So if we could chop, hurry up. It's the researchers of Purdue University. They were set to explore Nikomaru Island in the South Pacific and judge up what they believe is they had difficulties when filing permits. The 15-person crew is also waiting on additional clearance. Come on, guys, give them a permit. Yeah. Come on, they're not doing anything bad. No. They just want to go find an airplane. Yes. What do you care? They said, we'll get past this challenge too, but also blah, blah, blah. We're going to do it. They're not giving up, but it's also bad weather. Mm-hmm. But how long does the bad weather last? I mean, come on now.
Ridiculous.
Holy shit, they found it. Mm-hmm. This is so cool. Wait till you guys see this picture if you didn't see it. A photographer in Spain captured what is to believe the world's first ever white Iberian lynx. Lynx have the beards.
They're cool.
They're so awesome looking.
Magical.
It's extremely rare sighting and one of the planet's rarest cats. The lynx has leucism, a condition that causes a loss of pigment in its fur, but not in its eyes, giving it a ghostly white appearance.
Cool.
Yeah. While the coat makes for a breathtaking image, experts warn it's poor camouflage in the wild. Still, conservationists are celebrating the lynx as a symbol of hope and proof that protecting nature works. This thing, if I could have it as a pet, I mean, I know I wouldn't. I know you're not supposed to, but boy,
I wouldn't.
I would love to wake up and see this thing in the morning on the bed staring at me.
It's super cool.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. So go look at that in the schnotes. Moving on to news. News.
We need a better way to announce that.
News. Well, like Walter Cronkite? We do like an old school guy, old white guy smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Welcome to NBC Nightly News.
Yeah. Perfect.
Welcome
Maddie's news.
Catman News.
Yeah, I like it.
How about a round of applause for Barcelona? They are banning Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yay!
God.
It's ruining cities. It's ruining rents for locals. People can't afford it anymore. There's a guy here who tried to buy a house, not just 3 houses over, to make it an Airbnb. No,
Oh, God.
no, I don't want. I mean, it would be highly entertaining to see drunk girls on a pontoon boat, and they would get used to the. It went on and on and on. No, we're trying to create a neighborhood here. Blah 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 blah. Well, Spain's top court has upheld Barcelona's short-term rental ban, giving the city full authority to phase out 10,000 tourist apartments by 2028.
Cool.
My sister said her and her husband and the kids went. The Spanish people were so mad at tourists, they were shooting them with water guns. So I sent this article to my sister. She goes, "Oh, what a relief they could finally put their water guns down." Yeah, but the ruling reshapes the STR landscape, signaling a shift towards mid and long-term rentals and urging property managers to diversify, adapt pricing models, engage in regulatory dialogue. It's a landmark decision. It was upheld. This is like, look, can an Airbnb? They never mention in Europe Vrbo. They only mention Airbnb. I don't even know if Vrbo exists over there.
I don't know.
I have no idea. And I know hotels can sometimes be more expensive. But when we're talking about a city like Barcelona or even New York, people just buy them. Rich people buy them to rent them out specifically. Then you don't know who your neighbors are. There's like one Spanish lady who's like 90. She's still in her apartment, but she's like, I used to know everybody. And now,
sad.
I know
Yeah.
everybody's gone and they're renting them out. So there's no places to rent because the rich people bought them all.
Right.
I don't like it. I'm anti all that. Here's some great news if you're a Mormon. I got 2 things for the Mormons. Undergarment upgrades bring many Mormon more comfort and joy. They have their own underwear stores for their sacred underwear. Well, now they have a sleeveless version of the sacred undergarments. They're so excited. Social media was abuzz with pictures of long lines, mostly women waiting for their
Social media.
right.
Mormon social media.
Well, it went crazy. Enthusiasm for the new garments, worn mostly under modest street clothes by members, is widely known in the Mormon Church. It's not just about the outfits they can wear. They can wear more easily over a tank top.
Because you're not allowed to. It's not allowed to be shown. It's not allowed to be visible.
Your arms aren't allowed to be visible.
No, the underwear.
The underwear.
So before, the women would have to wear long sleeve shirts in the summer.
Oh, they'd have to wear long sleeve shirts in this. Oh, God.
Yeah.
See,
How are you going to get to your celestial planet?
I don't know how you're getting to your celestial planet, but here's what I know. Catholics are not compliant like this. No, we wouldn't do it.
No.
These people are very compliant. I mean, there's a whole store for this shit. Long lines. I mean, the lines were out the door. They're $4 or $5 for your underwear. An employee walked down the line with a measuring tape, gleefully telling customers about the new stretchy fabric made with spandex. She said that provides a something effect. I can't. Cooling. Oh, a cooling effect. They're creating their own.
It's dry fit.
They're creating their own dry fit.
Fantastic.
They declared a limit of 20 items per customer to ensure availability. As of 3 p.m., the store is out of small and extra small.
Stop it.
I'm not okay. So,
Stop it.
cheers to the Mormons if you want to be that compliant.
Yeah.
As soon as the Catholic said nobody can see if I have my underwear on or not, I ain't doing it. Nobody would do it. No. Here's another one.
And Mormon Cosmos on top of that.
Mormon Cosmos.
Yeah.
That band is so good. Drinking in Utah is a challenge. You got to know what to do, how to do it, and then,
Mule your own liquor.
Yeah. I hope you get a Catholic waiter that will, a server, sorry, not waiter, that will tell you the truth about what you're ordering.
Right.
Listen to this, Utah. What is going on out there? The protest began Tuesday after Utah Governor Spencer Cox signed into law a controversial bill that will require customers to show ID and proof of citizenship before purchasing a cup of coffee.
What?
Yeah. If you want to go buy coffee, it's not like buying a beer. What do you mean? If my driver's license, I got to also bring my passport to prove to you I'm a resident of the United States of America to get.
You can, I'm pretty sure you can get a driver's license and be a, never mind.
I don't know. We are not smart enough to go down that road about what's papers or not papers or what's legal. Here's what this is the first protester. There's a lot of protesters. This guy said, "This is dumb as shit."
There you go. Amen.
Use your words, Jimmy. Use your words. I love it. But I love it because that's just flat out what it is. This is dumb as shit, says one protester who is a part of the protest. He chugged 9 cups of coffee and was now hovering bee-like outside a third-story Capitol window, waving a sign that says, "Hands off our beans. We don't need your religion dictating our beverage choices." Because the Mormons don't drink caffeine.
No.
But see, this is what I'm saying. If I go to Utah buying coffee, it's going to be weird.
If you're a legal immigrant, you can get a driver's license.
If you're a legal immigrant, you can get a driver's license.
If you're illegal, you can apply for a Utah driver privilege card.
Oh, if you're illegal, okay, it's too complicated.
Yeah.
Listen to this, though.
Ridiculous.
Listen to this shit. The bill also contains a number of provisions dictating how and where coffee can be sold, including a requirement that any so-called, quote, hot drinks must be brewed away from the sight of children.
Stop it.
My God. What is going on? They can contain no more than 28.7 milligrams of caffeine per cup and must have regulation size picture of Jesus hung within 5 feet of the coffee maker. What the fuck? I mean, I love Jesus. I'm not against a picture of Jesus being hung up, but what is it? Law. Proponents of the law say it will keep children safe by forcing everybody in the state to obey LDS teachings for no discernible reason. Well, it would be a lot more fun to live in a state where it was Catholic teachings. And there's bingo on Friday. We were gambling. We were drinking. You can smoke outside. We don't do that inside anymore, but you can.
Only give your children light beer.
Yeah, your children are only allowed to sip light beer or a very old-fashioned beer, Hams or Falstaff. At the press time, various legislators were fleeing via secret tunnels as hundreds of faintly vibrating protesters broke through the police barricades and the building and began to spill into the streets. I mean, I Googled this twice.
Yeah.
This is not fake.
No.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it is fake.
No, it's on. No, it's here. CBS picked it up.
You know, I love working in Salt Lake.
You have a hockey team.
Well, there's a casino in Wendover, Nevada, and then Mormons sneak over there. Because I'm like, it's in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. They come from Salt Lake and they do sneaky things, and then they go back to Utah and become Mormons again. Why do we have to brew things out? Termites, Mormon, ex-Mormons, current Mormons. I'm just saying this seems a little strict. Just saying. How about a round of applause for California? They're the latest state. There's now 7 that has banned cat declawing for non-medical reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here's the states that ban it. Texas, Well, it's cities. It's a mix. Austin, Texas, Denver, Madison, Wisconsin, Pittsburgh, and Allentown, Pennsylvania, and St. Louis. It's terrible because when you cut off their claws, a lot of people don't know this. It's like cutting off their toes. They lose their balance. They can't do cat things. It's part of their body.
Yeah.
Like unless there's a medical reason, it's really, really not nice. So good. That should be done.
I never thought about balance.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah.
That's how they, especially when they jump or all that. That's a crazy one. I might save that one.
Okay.
This is a wonderful piece of what comes around goes around in the scheme of life.
What goes around comes around.
Or that.
Yeah.
Whatever goes around comes around.
The other one.
Yeah, the other one. Ex-child actor who appeared in Jaws as the boy wearing the fake shark fin. Remember that scene where everybody thought it was a shark? It was two kids goofing off. Well, that man who was the boy actor, is now the police chief of the same Martha Vineyard town where the 1976 movie was shot.
Oh,
hey, yay.
That's great.
Here's something crazy. Mystery as blue dog. Okay, first of all, for you guys who may or may not listen, I'm obsessed with the Chernobyl danger zone. I forget what they call it, the something zone. Because those old ladies, the babushkas of Chernobyl, you should go watch that documentary, said fuck it and walked back. It took them days, and they are living in exclusion zone. No one's allowed in it. But these old women said, we're going home. And nobody, they let them do it. They didn't really let them do it. They just did it, and they're not re-throwing them out. Right. But now the animals, they thought they killed all the dogs, but they didn't, which was very sad. Many lived. And now the dogs within the exclusion zone are turning blue.
What?
Their fur is blue.
Blue?
Blue. Wow. Like, now I want that. I want a blue shepherd.
You want a blue radioactive shepherd?
I want a radioactive, medium blue. Doesn't need to be royal blue. Just a medium nice blue. Or I'd really like one like the color of old Mrs. Helmet's, like a creamy light blue. Anyway.
Wow. Rabbit hole.
The caretakers of the dogs have made a home at the site of Chernobyl, have spotted the caretakers of the dogs, they've spotted canines with blue fur at a first in the disaster zone. The group called the Dogs of Chernobyl shared a video of several packs of dogs with at least one that was completely blue.
Oh my God.
It's really cute. It's a mutt, but it's They were not blue last week. We do not know the reason. We are attempting to catch them to find out what's happening. Most likely they're getting into some sort of chemical. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because they're blue, but it's not funny because they could die. They're doing something weird for sure. But you never know. They live through everything else. Right. There's 700 dogs that live in the 18 square mile exclusion zone.
Wow.
Yep. This organization provides them with food and medical attention. The dogs are the descendants of the pets left behind when residents were evacuated following the 1986 Chernobyl nuclear disaster, one of the most catastrophic accidents in history. Social media had several suggestions. It's an external contamination from chemicals. Well, fuck, I could have written that.
Right.
Yeah. It's an external...
Well, you could have Googled that. You could have written it.
Right.
Science.
But they're fertile enough to keep having puppies. That's crazy. So they're healthy enough for that. Yeah.
Are the dogs healthy?
Yeah, the dogs are healthy. They live a normal life.
Just blue.
They're weird. Starbucks, and I own this stock. I shouldn't talk bad about them, and I love their coffee, but they just cannot get it together yet. No. Not so far. No. New York, there were 2 pickup places closed. Yeah, and I'm like, guys, that's what I like, the speed of that. Right. Especially in New York, in a fast town where you got shit to do. I'm not in here, to play on the stock market all day or whatever. Fucking watch Stevie Nicks videos all day. I got shit to do.
Fix your fantasy team.
Yeah, fix my fantasy team. God damn, I lost by 2 points last night. So sad. To my cousin Mike.
He's cute.
Even though the Cowboys sucked again. I'm really glad my episode with Kelly, I hope they keep it in. I hope they don't edit it out where we argue about the Cowboys. Even Stephen A. Smith he went up to Jerry's box and sat with him, and then there was an interception. Ferguson bobbled it, and Stephen A. Smith put his hand on his shoulder and went, "Yeah, I gotta go." I mean, it wasn't even halftime, and I'm like, "Yeah, I wouldn't want to be up in that box." Anyway, Starbucks is teaming up with a 50-year-old brand on a new holiday collection site, and it's sure to sell out. Dust off your decorations and start writing your gift list because, ready or not, holiday shopping is upon us. Here's what they're gonna do. They are, God, I hate it when these articles. Starbucks and Hello Kitty released a new collaboration collection.
Shut up.
I thought Hello Kitty was the one with the arm that does this.
I know.
It's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm too old for all this shit. They offer several products featuring the iconic Japanese character drinking a cup of Starbucks, all around the theme of together and fun forever. It's coming to the United States and Canada starting November 6th.
Sounds like a giant cartoon.
Well, I think the children might like it. I don't know. Okay. The large stainless steel cup, cold cup that holds 26 ounces, it's $32. Well, technically $33. And then there's the acrylic cup and mugs and shit, and those are $25.
Oh, my God.
I know.
The children will pay it.
The children will pay it.
They love it.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. Yeah, give me 1 second here. I gotta go backwards in my thing. 1 second. Everybody remain calm. Gosh, I was so organized this week. I really was. This is so cool. I know I do a lot of animal stuff, but I love Instagram for this. In the endless plains of Kenya's Masai Mara, one zebra has rewritten nature's rules. Wait till you see the picture. It's the first recorded polka dot zebra ever.
Stop it.
And she's chocolate colored. It's the cutest goddamn thing. They named her Tira. Tira's coat is covered in delicate white spots across the rich chocolate brown body, the result of a rare genetic mutation called pseudomelanism.
Wow.
Yep. It disrupts the usual stripe formation, showing that even in nature's perfect patterns, evolution loves to experiment. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's awesome.
Yes, run, don't walk to go see a picture of that.
Go to the show.
This is pretty cool. I would probably never go to Egypt just because I don't feel 100% safe in that part of the world. And when I did USO stuff, whenever we're getting into that area, I just felt it was weird as a woman. I don't know.
It's weird.
It's not like Good Time Charlie things, what I could do in other. But if I were to go, this sounds really cool. A $1 billion Grand Egyptian Museum opens displaying full Tutankhamun collection for the first time. King Tut shit. But then I don't know if you should look at it. I think it's bad luck.
There's a lot of.
I don't know.
It's a big chance.
Yeah. You raided a tomb. You're a tomb raider.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's like my superstitions that go a little too far. Normal people are lining up. Preparations for the grand reveal at the $1 billion museum have been shrouded in secrecy, but visitors will no doubt be keen for a glimpse of the iconic relics from the glittering tomb of Boy King Tut. The museum, which has been open for limited viewers for the past couple of years, has been closed, and for the last 2 weeks they're letting people in. I guess they closed it. They redid it. You pass through a towering glass facade that echoes the nearby pyramids to reach the atrium and the 24,000 square meter of permanent exhibition space beyond. From there, there's a 6-story staircase lined with ancient statues. There's pictures of it in here. I've already looked at these, so I guess I already might be jinxed, but I don't know.
I think the energy is only there, not on the paper.
You got to be in person.
Yeah.
For it to affect you. Yeah, I didn't do this. I just stumbled upon it.
Right.
If you're going to Great Pyramids, buy a ticket. Buy it online.
Wow.
Yep. Get there as soon as you can.
You think looking at my printout will cause me to... No.
This is crazy. Who buys this shit? A coveted archive belonging to a Titanic victim, comprised of rare items tied to the ill-fated voyage, like a first-class passenger list. So somebody still has a list. How that, I know. They think they're going to get $100,000 at auction. You know who should buy it? The St. Regis, who's owned by Marriott.
Right.
One of those old Marriotts with all the money in the world should go buy this and put it in the St. Regis.
They're Mormons.
The Mormons, they have all the money.
They got their money going elsewhere.
Frederick Sutton, the 61-year-old first-class passenger from Jersey, was buried at sea after the Titanic sank on April 14, 1912. Now his full collection is being sold at auction in, I don't know where that is,
They would
England.
have had to have had a manifest on land, like with Cunard Line.
They do have the manifest on land,
Yeah.
but this guy, they had him on, I don't know. You can tell it was in water, the picture of it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, to discover a first-class passenger list that was not only on board the Titanic, but went into the water and actually survived is truly remarkable.
Yeah.
The second element of the collection and takes it to another level is the inclusion of the important note from the White Star Line. A surviving passenger who sat next to Sutton during the dinner the weekend before the Titanic sank reported the older man hadn't been feeling well for those last few days. Well, I guess it's not a bad time to die if you're already sick.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he had it in a Ziploc.
This is my feel-good story. Yeah, he could have had it in a Ziploc. My mom likes Ziplocs. She likes Ziplocs for everything.
Don't email. We know Ziplocs were not.
This is great news. This explains me and my friend Ron White.
Okay.
I love milk, whole milk.
It's ridiculous.
I would give up alcohol for milk, which is a shocking statement.
What did you just say?
I would give up alcohol for milk. I love it. But when you order milk, I have done jokes about this in my act. Like at the grocery store, when I buy whole milk, the lady always says, "How old's your baby?" And then I say my age. Like whatever I am now, 60. I have a 60-year-old baby. It's crazy. It never grew. But other adult, oh my God forbid you go to Waffle House with people and you order milk. They're like, what? Like other adults. And I'm like, why are you guys so anti-milk? Me and Ron would sit here and drink a gallon of milk and be so happy. Well, here's why.
Oh boy.
About 75% of adults worldwide can't drink much milk, though they could as kids. That's because being lactose intolerant is actually normal for adults. Those who can drink milk have a DNA mutation called lactase persistence.
Wow.
So I am muted like a Chernobyl dog. I am muted differently to drink milk. The issue comes from lactose, the sugar in milk. As children, nearly everyone produces lactase, and the enzyme breaks down, and the enzyme that breaks lactase down. But as we grow up, most people's bodies stop making lactase, sometimes as early as age 3, sometimes much later. Some never stop at all. That's me and Ron.
Nice.
The lactase gene doesn't disappear. It's simply switched off. Think of it like a recipe in a cookbook. If no one reads it, nothing gets made. When the gene isn't read, no lactase is produced, and the milk becomes harder to digest. Adults with lactase persistence, me, keep that gene switched on. And that's why I drink milk every day.
Boom.
And that's why I don't have any bone density problems, according to that machine that I had to get in.
Here's the deal.
I got a couple feel-goods. And then we're going to move on. This is, wait, this is my favorite one. I'm going to do my favorite one this week. Hold on. Well, I have a fun fact. I don't know why this made me laugh so hard. Because I'd never seen this story, but it came up on Instagram. In November of 2023, Groff Elementary School in Moses Lake, Washington, went into lockdown after someone reported what they thought was a mountain lion near the school. Staff immediately followed safety procedures, keeping students inside and securing the building while officials investigated. The scare didn't last long.
Oh boy.
No. The supposed predator turned out to be just a fat house cat chewing on a rat.
Oh my God.
Wait till you see the picture of the cat, though.
Wow.
It is fat.
It's fat.
It's not fat enough that I would think it's a mountain lion. That's the thing. There's no fat mountain lions. No, this guy is a chubster. Like sitting in a corner, he's the shape of like an acorn. He's fat.
Boy. Wow.
Yeah. It was the first time the school had dealt with such a report, and once the confusion was cleared up, the lockdown lifted in the classroom. When you see the picture of the cat, though, you're like, who? Maybe a kid thought it was
That's funny though.
Here's your feel-good story. And then I don't have hardly any thank yous. I have none because I didn't do any shows. I tried to go to New York all day Thursday and I failed.
You did.
But I did make it in time on Friday.
That's funny.
Feel good story. 105-year-old woman says her secret to staying alive so long, she's Irish, she's in Ireland, is to stay single, keep drinking, and never stop gambling. She claims her routine of visiting the pub, chatting with friends, I love everything about this woman, and playing slots at the local casino.
Slots?
Yeah.
Wow.
Has kept her mind sharp and her spirit young. Locals call her the luckiest woman in town, and for 105, and she's drinking Guinness. She looks fabulous.
That's awesome.
I'm following this path.
Yes.
Yes. All right, termites. We're going to do
A saint.
yeah, I got a saint right here.
Good.
Yep, already pre-picked it.
Oh, a pre-picked.
Yeah, pre-picked.
A pre-picked
Well, hold on. Sometimes I do the, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Saint Bernadette.
Oh, cool.
She's a modern one.
Yep.
1844 to 1879. She's in charge of the sick, the poor, and families. That's a lot.
Just families in general.
I mean, even in the 1800s, they're still stacking me up with too many jobs. Just give me 1 or 2. She was the oldest of 5, born into a very loving but poor family. She suffered with asthma and was frail most of her life. At 14, when collecting firewood, with her sister and her friend, the Virgin Mary appeared to her. It was one of the first of 18 visitations. No one else saw the Virgin Mary, but many people in her town of Lourdes believed her. Okay, that's
Wow.
weird.
Yeah.
The Virgin told Bernadette to have the priest build a chapel on the spot in her honor. The priest wanted a sign of roses. Instead, the Virgin made an eternal spring come forth. Today, pilgrims come to the spring for healing properties. Bernadette became a very humble nun. She died at 35. These people, I mean, they didn't even get a chance to live.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. In honor of throwing Andrew out of London, let's do a quote from the Queen. She doesn't really talk about family. She talks about Philip in this book, but
She loved him.
Andrew was her favorite.
I know.
This would nobody ever talks about Edward. I guess he's low key.
dud.
He's not a dud. He's just well behaved.
He's a dud.
He's well behaved.
I don't know about all that. Dud.
It has always been easier to hate and destroy. To build and cherish is much more difficult. Today, we need a special kind of courage, but not the kind needed in battle. The kind that makes us stand up for everything we know is right.
Oh, wonderful.
Go stand up for whatever you think is right. And a little one from Tay Tay, since she's been hiding in lockdown. I don't blame her. You gotta let that heat get off you for a while, you know? Yeah. Too much
Yeah,
Tay.
that's ridiculous. She's sick of herself.
And her boyfriend's team is losing the Chiefs. And he dropped one that was important.
Oh, no.
And he got hit really, 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 really hard in the end zone. So you're going to have a very hurt little boyfriend, fiance, whatever he is, coming home. This is from 2019 in Elle magazine. Apologizing when you have hurt someone who really matters to you takes nothing away from you. Even if it was unintentional, it's just so easy to apologize and move on. It really is.
Yeah.
And I really discovered with my parents 100 years ago as a kid. But there's a different, with my parents, I would just be like, if you just said sorry and quit fighting about it, it ends it a lot faster. I'm not saying that's a good reason to do it,
Right.
but it does end the bullshit.
Right.
This is the actual opposite of how I feel. This is another quote from Tay Tay. Just because there's a hurricane going on around you doesn't mean you have to open the window and look at it. Yeah, I can't not do it. No. I go out on the porch in a tornado. I am that lady. I know. I should have been a weather person. I should have worked at the Weather Channel. I just don't understand science.
Seen the Wizard of Oz.
I have not seen The Wizard of Oz, but I may go after being bullied into going to Los Angeles. Maybe I'll go to Vegas after that and see it. I don't know. I know I have a ticket if I want one. From the people.
The people?
The people.
What are you
Yeah,
gonna
I
do
mean,
in-
they're not crazy priced to see the movie. I mean, it's expensive for a movie, but it's what you're seeing is.
It's gonna be amazing. You have to go.
So that's it. Denver termites,
What are
head
you
your
doing in
way.
Denver?
What am I doing? I'm going to the Bronco game.
What else? You're there for 4 days.
Well, I go to all my spots downtown. I'll see my friend John, Hippie Man, and other comedians. Josh Blue, I think, might come over.
Hey, that's fun.
Yeah, whoever's in town. And then maybe run by the club. I don't know. You know, it's going to be nice weather. That's all I care about.
Fun.
Yeah, like 60.
Is Bo Nix on your fantasy team still?
Bo Nix is still on one of my fantasy teams, yes. And I can't really say that he did a good job. So maybe I'll walk down to the field and have a little chit chat with him and go, look, Bo, I know you don't know me, but I'm your real manager.
Right.
I'm really the lady you're playing for on Sundays. You might have a mama and a sister and you think it's for them. No, it's not. I care more. I know more. I care more. I'm more invested.
That's funny.
I'm invested in your future as a young man. I'm going to go. I may just do it. And they're playing the Raiders. I don't have any Raiders on my team. So,
It's probably a good move.
yeah.
Except that Brock Bauer guy.
The Raiders are like a crazy team where they can win. And then, there's no rhyme or reason to anything going on in that organization.
No, their fans are odd looking.
Their fans can be a lot. But when they were in LA, I went to a bunch of Raider games and they were great.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
The fans?
the fans,
They look scary.
they do look scary, but they're not.
Is that the deal?
They like to look tough, yeah, but they're very sweet. I sat next to a bunch of them with my friend Jim, and it was fine.
Sweet Raider fans.
Nice, yeah, they're funny, they're nice, they're fun. All right, termites, are you ready? That's it.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson, Thursday,
Wow. Yep.
and shout out to all the children working at Amazon. Their launch of this special is going to be great.
Fun.
They have a lot of cool things planned, and I'm excited about that, and I'm glad they're engaged. Even if they're fake excited, they're excited. But when I let them pick jokes, I always like the ones, they always choose the ones that apply to themselves first. I'm like, well, I'm just glad I have a few that apply to you people that are under the age of 40.
Nice.
They're fun kids, so that'll be good. All right, ready? Night night.